Well, hello, boys and girls. How are you today? Yes, it is Mr. Broussard, and we are going to do a science lesson. We have to finish a lesson that we started 2 days ago. That's right. We have to get to the last instrument that we are going to discuss. There are others, but the last one that we're going to discuss that enhances our sense of sight. So if you look at that first dog that we started filling out in the first lesson, we had eyeglasses, and then last lesson we had microscopes. So today it's what? Telescopes, of course. Telescopes. That is today's instrument. So we will go back to the learning target, which is the same learning target that we have used for the last two lessons, which is I can identify different instruments that use lenses and explain how they enhance our sense of sight. And specifically, we're going to concentrate on telescopes, okay? So how do telescopes enhance our sense of sight? How do they use light waves, right, to enhance our sense of sight? And, well, we've already done eyeglasses, we've done microscopes, today's telescopes, and the process is very similar. So if we were in the countryside, okay, and I remember 2 years ago, we were in the coast of California, everything was super dark, and the sky looked just like this. So if we were in the countryside, not a lot of city lights interfering, and we looked at the sky, we would see something like this, if we're lucky, right? If not, we'll see less little dots, but it would look something like that. We could not really tell which ones are the planets, which ones are the stars. They all look like little dots of light, right? But if someone told us where to find the planets in the sky, in the night sky, we actually could find them, okay? Like, let me show you over here. Just by looking in the sky, if we knew where to look at, we could actually see some planets. So if we knew where to find them, from our planet, if we look up, it will look something like this, right? You can see the big one there, the moon, which we can see pretty clear. And then some other planets there like Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter, right? That's just looking up if we knew where to find them. Now, this is a planet using a telescope. What planet do you think this one is? What do you think? What do you think? That's right, Saturn. Much bigger and clearer than with our own eyes. How about that one? What planet is that? Do you know? That one is with the telescope, much bigger, much clearer. Did you guess? That one is Mars. How about that one? How about that one? This is a little tricky. Not a planet. That's right. That is the moon. Looking at it with a telescope. Much clearer than when we were looking with just our eyes. So how does a telescope work? Okay. How does it use light waves? Okay. What does it do to the light waves to give us a better picture of things that are far away? How does it use light waves to enhance our sense of sight? Next thing I want you to do is you are going to read an article, okay? So how do telescopes work? It's a NASA article. And I prepare 4 or 5 questions for you. So you're going to open this article, this website with the article and the questions, and I don't know what your teacher is requiring you to do. You can either answer them in that Google Doc or you could answer them in your notebook, okay? And that's going to give you a pretty good idea of how microscopes work. All right, so let's answer the questions now. And your teacher can pick on who's going to answer those questions. So what do the curved mirrors in a telescope do? That's the first question. So time to answer that one. Number 2, how are telescopes and glasses similar? Number 3, why do we use mirrors instead of lenses today? And number 4, what is the function, what is the job of the mirror or lenses in a telescope? And one of the reasons that I wanted to do that lesson on the human eye is so that you would understand how we have modeled these instruments with lenses after the human eye. So we see if this was the eye, right? Light goes through here. This is not the eye, this is a telescope. But if it was the eye, light would go through here, and then this would be the back of the eye, and from here it goes to the brain. But this is the lens of the telescope. Light goes through here, image comes here, then it's reflected right here to the other lens, and the eye is right over here. Okay? So you see how light is being manipulated here, the light waves, so that we can see the image from here. It becomes much closer to us. It becomes much closer to the eye. So it enhances our sense of sight, which is exactly what we are trying to find out. How do these instruments, and today specifically the telescope, enhances our sense of sight? There is a video that I'd like you to watch. It's titled How Telescopes Work video, okay? So that's a good one to watch. You can either access it yourself or your teacher will play it for you. It's this video, okay? And that's really gonna give you a great explanation on top of the article that we read already on how telescopes work. Aren't you glad that humans are super curious and always want to find out things? So, because of our curiosity, we know about light waves. We know what the eye can see. We know how to manipulate the light waves. And here you have it. We can see objects that are super far away. We can see them much closer with the help of a telescope. Now, what I'd like you to do is I want you to go back to that document that we remember that it said before and after. And so you've already done the before and after for eyeglasses and for microscopes. Now it's time to do the after activity for the telescope. I want you to go to that square, that part of the table, and write now everything you know about telescopes. How do they work? How do they use light waves to enhance our sense of sight? So go there and write. And you might be saying now, finally, Mr. Broussard, we're finished with this waves business. You think so? Well, we're finished with the waves that we can see, all those colors, but how about those waves that are right there, radio waves, microwaves? How about those waves? Well, that is exactly what we are going to discuss and explore next lesson. Those waves that we cannot see, but that we know are there. We're going to be really exploring those. So boys and girls, thank you for working hard. Thank you for reading the articles, for watching the videos, for answering the questions, for really putting your brain to work super hard, okay? And we are going to say goodbye for now. But next time, we are going to concentrate on the waves that the human eye cannot see. Let's see how, what are those waves and what do we use them for? And you'll be surprised, we use them for something so common. You use it every single day. And that tiny thing that we use every single day, those are the waves that it uses to communicate. Oh, I'm saying too much. Let me just shut up now. Let me just be quiet. Okay. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day. And remember, science is everywhere. Be curious.